So we're going to look at how we upload items now. So we're logged in. We're going to go to my account, and then we're going to click on My Items. And here you'll see a list of all of your current items that are posted on the site, and they can be edited and so on. We'll do that in a second. But first thing we're going to do is add a new item. So we tap on Add New Item, and we'll enter an item name. So we're going to say faux stone fruit. And I'm going to assign it to a category under decorative arts. And I can go directly to that category if I start typing all or part of the name. So we can also search through all of the categories if we like. Now, there's a lot of subcategories already in here, and over time we'll be adding more. So if you have an item that doesn't have a matching subcategory, and remember, subcategories are very important because that's essentially the category on which people search for items. So if you see something missing, you wouldn't see it if it was missing, of course, but if you notice something is absent, then you can send me an email request. Just click on here and send an email to me with the main and subcategories that you need to have added, and I will add them and notify you as soon as they're added. And the reason for this is that it would very quickly get out of control if everybody was uploading their own categories. We'd have lots of duplicates and so on. So it's much easier and better for everybody if we sort of maintain a little control over the categories. But there's no reason not to have a category. So make sure you contact us as soon as you need a new category. The other thing you can do, which will be very helpful to you, is you can download the current list of categories by clicking on the download button. And it'll go ahead, if you see down the very bottom of the screen, you can see it's downloaded this Excel file. And if I go ahead and open it, then you'll see how the categories look. And this is a good point of reference for you. Now, you may see the main category repeated all the way down here, but this is a good point of reference for you so that you can download this and print it out, and then you can use those when you're working out which categories to put your items in. And as new categories are added, of course, then we'll be updating the Excel sheet so you can download the latest one at any time. So we'll go ahead and assign the category here, and we want to put it in primitive. So we'll type in the first part of it, and the more we type, of course, the more it filters. So we'll select the category. So now we have a category for our item, and then we're going to put in the selling price. So this is the price that'll be posted on the website. So let's make up a price. Say it's going to be $250. And then here we're going to select the status, and there are several statuses here. And if you tap on this little icon here, it'll bring you up a little list of what they mean. So pending, of course, means that you're still working on it. You haven't posted it for buyers to see yet. Posted means it shows up. You've got a sale pending. It'll indicate there's a sale pending to other buyers that come there. So you haven't concluded a sale, and all of these are optional. And sold posted, if you want to show that something's been sold. It doesn't say what it was sold for. It just says that it's been sold. And then sold removed means you're no longer going to have it displayed on the website. So we'll go ahead and choose posted right away because we're going to put it up right away. And here you'll do your description, and I'm just going to put in just a very simple thing here. And normally I would use dictation. I would use Dragon on the PC or laptop, and on the smartphones there is speech recognition built in, and it's a good idea to get used to using the speech recognition because it saves a lot of time, and especially saves a lot of typing time with the small keyboards. So we'll just say I'll just say something very simple. If I could type, it would help. And the vendor is the person from whom you purchased it, or the organization or the store or the dealer from whom you purchased it. So I'll just put in my initials there for the moment. And then the acquisition cost is what you paid for it. Let's say we paid $150 for this. And the acquisition date is the date that you purchased it. And it'll default to today's date, and you can select that date right away when you tap in here. But if you know that you bought it a long time ago, just highlight this, we can type in the actual date when it was purchased, instead of using the calendar. And the purpose of those are simply so that you have a record of what you paid for something, what you sold it for, and you'll have a report that shows you what profit you made. And the acquisition date will essentially tell you how long you've held on to an item. If you're trying to turn items quickly, then you can have some record of that. You won't need to fill out the sold to and sale price and sale date yet because you haven't sold it. But when you do sell it, you can keep a record of the people who you sell to and the sale price and the date again to just keep a track of your activity on the site. So now we're going to go save and upload images, and it'll bring up this little pop-up, and I'm going to go to select images. Now I've already taken pictures of this particular item, and I've got them on my, let's go to the pictures. I've got them on my machine already, and I'm going to go ahead and select all 3 of these and upload them all at one time. And so you'll see that they show in the top section, and then I can, if I make a mistake, I can delete one, of course, and upload another one, and then we'll go ahead and click on upload. And it may take a while because I've got a very slow internet connection, but also what it's doing is it's resizing the pictures so that they'll load quickly on the website. Now here's an important thing. You'll see that the little check mark here is highlighted in green, and it is in fact, is not in fact the one I want to have the main image, the first image to show, because it's a close-up. So I'm going to select this one, and it'll ask me to confirm if I want to make that the main image. So in every case, when you upload these, and you can see they've moved in position, you must have a main image selected. It'll select the first one uploaded by default, but you must do that. If you ever delete images and upload new ones, if you see that there's no yellow check mark highlighted, then make sure you select the main image. So now we go ahead and we close, and then we can see it here on our list of items. And if we click on the phone, sorry, not the phone, the camera icon, then we can browse through the images. And if we wanted to look at a much bigger version, then of course we can click the image again. Now here's what's important here. You can share this immediately with your customers. So you can enter a whole series of email addresses here, and you enter an email address and put a comma between them. You don't need a comma on the last one, but you need a comma on a comma between them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste in some emails here that I've already got listed, and we'll put a little message in, and then we'll send them, and you'll see what the email looks like. So I put in these emails, and you'll notice it's hard to see, but there is actually a comma between them. This little comma right here, you can see. It's hard for me to highlight it. So now we can enter a personal message. I'm just going to paste one in because I've already written it to save time. And then we can go ahead and send these emails. And it may take a few seconds to send them because it's got a lot of work to do behind the scenes. And now they've been sent. It says item has been shared successfully. So we click OK. And now I'll show you what that email looks like when it's received by your customer. So here's the email that is received by the customers you send it to, and it's got a little message, and it's got a link. Now remember, this would say bennettshops.com. This is just the demo site, and if they click on that link, it's going to take them directly to that particular item. And they can see the images and so on and so forth. And if they're not registered yet, they can register to log in, and then they can contact the seller directly, contact you directly. So very simple to upload images and upload items. And of course, you can do it on the smartphone as well. And I'll show you just a couple of examples of issues or differences that you'll find on Android phones and iPhones. In the next video, I'll show you how to upload items directly from your cell phone. And the idea of that, of course, is that you can purchase something in a store or from a dealer, take a photograph of it, have it posted up to the website before you get home, and it may even be sold by the time you get there. So using the smartphone is going to be a good way to operate things for the site.